Ever walked past an ancient shrine and felt a chill run down your spine? What if I told you that some people have heard whispers, voices that shouldn't be there, coming from places that have been silent for centuries? Today, we're stepping into the shadowy corners of Japan's most mysterious shrines, where the unexplained isn't just a story. It's a reality that's left witnesses questioning everything they thought they knew. Ready to uncover the truth behind these haunting whispers? The air was thick with the scent of incense as I stepped into the secluded shrine, hidden deep within the forest. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. I came here seeking peace, a break from the chaos of my life, but what I found was anything but peaceful. At first, it was just a whisper, so faint I thought I imagined it. Then it grew louder, more insistent, speaking directly into my ear. "Purify yourself," it hissed, "your immune system is weak, you must cleanse it." The voice was neither male nor female, but it carried a weight that pressed down on my chest. I looked around, but there was no one. The whispers continued, now a chorus, urging me to act, to harm myself for purification. My hands trembled as I fought the urge to obey. The logical part of me screamed that this was madness, yet the whispers felt so real, so personal. I ran, stumbling over roots and rocks, the voices chasing me until I collapsed at the shrine's gate, gasping for air. To this day, I can't explain what happened. Was it my mind playing tricks, or something more sinister? The shrine stands silent now, but the whispers, they linger in my dreams. It was a chilly evening when I decided to visit the old shrine at the edge of the village. The place had always been a bit eerie, but I never paid much attention to the stories. That night, though, was different. As I walked through the torii gate, the air felt heavier, like something was watching me. Then I saw them, shadowy figures moving between the trees. Every time I tried to focus on one, it would just vanish. My heart raced. It's just the wind playing tricks, I told myself. But the whispers started next, soft at first, then growing louder, like voices arguing in a language I couldn't understand. I froze. The rational part of me screamed to leave, but my feet wouldn't move. Then, as suddenly as it started, the noise stopped. The figures were gone. I ran all the way home, but even now I can't shake the feeling that something followed me back. And sometimes, in the dead of night, I swear I can still hear those whispers. Feeling an overwhelming sense of dread when near the shrine, as if your immune system is being drained by an unseen force. It was supposed to be a simple visit to the old shrine at the edge of town, a place I'd passed by countless times but never really noticed. The air was thick, heavier than usual, like walking through water. My steps slowed as I approached, each one feeling like a battle against some invisible resistance. Then, the whispers started. Not from any direction in particular, but all around me, in a language I couldn't understand, yet somehow knew was ancient. My heart raced, my skin prickled with goosebumps, and a cold sweat broke out despite the warm evening. I tried to rationalize it, wind through the trees, maybe distant voices carried on the breeze. But the closer I got, the louder they became, until they weren't whispers anymore but voices, clear and insistent, speaking directly into my ears. I turned to leave, but my legs felt weak, like all the energy had been sucked out of me. That's when I saw it, a shadow, not cast by anything around, moving against the fading light. It didn't follow me as I stumbled away, but the whispers did, fading only when I was far enough that the shrine was just a silhouette against the sky. To this day, I can't explain what happened, but I know this, that shrine isn't just old. It's alive with something. And it knows when you're near. The wind howls through the ancient trees surrounding the secluded shrine, their branches casting long, dancing shadows under the pale moonlight. You came here seeking peace, a break from the relentless stress of city life, but instead, you found something else. At first, it was just a whisper, so faint you thought it was the wind. Then, it grew louder, a chorus of hushed voices murmuring in no language you recognize. Your heart races as you realize there's no one around for miles. The voices seem to be coming from the shrine itself, a deep, guttural sound that vibrates through your bones. You try to rationalize it. Maybe it's just the wood creaking, or animals in the distance. But then, a new thought creeps in, unbidden: what if it's a warning? A sign that your body is failing you, that sickness is coming. You've been feeling off lately, tired, achy. Is this the shrine's way of telling you what's to come? The fear is irrational, you know that, but the more you listen, the more it makes a twisted kind of sense. You step back, your breath coming in short gasps, the voices growing louder, more insistent. You turn to run, but the path you came from is gone, swallowed by the shadows. The shrine's doorway looms ahead, dark and inviting. The voices are clearer now, urging you inside. Do they want to help you, or is this something far more sinister? Your hands shake as you reach for your phone, but the screen is dead. The whispers grow to a deafening roar, and then silence. You're alone again, the shrine quiet, the path reappearing as if nothing happened. But the fear lingers, clinging to you like a second skin. Was it all in your head, or did the shrine really speak to you? And if it did, what does it want? The air was thick with the scent of incense as Yuki stepped onto the worn stone path leading to the secluded shrine. It was her third visit this month, drawn by an inexplicable pull she couldn't resist. The shrine, hidden deep within the forest, was known for its serene beauty during the day, but as dusk fell, the atmosphere shifted. The rustling leaves sounded like whispers, and the shadows seemed to move on their own. Yuki had come seeking answers, a reason for the sudden, unexplained fevers that plagued her after each visit, fevers no doctor could diagnose. The first time, she dismissed it as coincidence. The second, she began to question. Now, standing before the Torii gate, her skin prickled with an unnatural heat, her breath shallow. The shrine's bell rang once, though there was no wind, no one else around. Yuki's heart raced as the whispers grew louder, coalescing into a voice that seemed to come from within her own mind. "Why do you keep coming back?" it asked. She wanted to run, but her legs refused to move. The fever spiked, her vision blurred, and for a moment, she saw figures in the shadows, their eyes glowing faintly. Then, as suddenly as it began, the sensation passed. The shrine was silent once more. Yuki stumbled back, her body drenched in sweat, the fever gone as if it had never been. But the question lingered, echoing in her mind. Why did she keep coming back? The answer, she feared, was something far more terrifying than the fever itself. Imagine this, you're standing alone in the dimly lit corridor of an ancient Shinto shrine, the air thick with the scent of aged wood and incense. Your visit was supposed to be a quiet moment of reflection, but then you hear it, a faint, rhythmic knocking, like a heartbeat, coming from the sealed-off inner sanctum. At first, you dismiss it as the wind or an animal, but the sound persists, growing louder, more insistent. It's then that a chilling thought takes root in your mind. What if this isn't just some random noise? What if it's a signal, a dire warning from your own body? You've been feeling off lately, tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix, and now this. The knocking syncs with your pulse, a terrifying echo of your own heartbeat. You press your hands against your chest, feeling the rapid thudding beneath your ribs, and the shrine's noise mirrors it perfectly. Panic sets in as you remember the stories, whispers of the shrine communicating with those on the brink of collapse. Your breath comes in short gasps, the air suddenly too thick to inhale. You stumble back, away from the sanctum, but the sound follows, a relentless reminder of your own mortality. In a desperate bid for sanity, you flee, but even as you reach the safety of the outside world, the echo of that knocking lingers in your ears, a haunting question left unanswered. Was it the shrine, or was it you all along? It was a quiet evening when I decided to visit the old shrine at the edge of town. The air was thick with the scent of incense, and the only sound was the occasional rustle of leaves. I had heard rumors about the shrine, whispers of unexplained noises that seemed to come from nowhere, but I brushed them off as superstition. That was until I heard it myself, a faint, almost imperceptible whisper that seemed to come from the shadows. It wasn't just the sound that unnerved me, it was the way it made my skin crawl, as if something unseen was watching. From that moment, I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed. Then came the dreams, vivid, terrifying visions of my reflection in the mirror, my face gaunt and eyes sunken, signs of an illness I didn't have. I started avoiding mirrors altogether, afraid of what I might see. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, echoing in my ears even in the silence of my own home. I tried to convince myself it was all in my head, but the fear was real. Now, I can't help but wonder, was it just my imagination, or is there something more sinister lurking in the shadows of that shrine, something that's found its way into my life? Dreaming of the shrine every night, with each dream leaving you more exhausted and your immune system feeling weaker. It started after your visit to that secluded shrine deep in the mountains of rural Japan. The air was thick with the scent of old wood and incense, the silence only broken by the occasional rustle of leaves. You were drawn there by stories of its beauty, but now, you're trapped in a cycle of relentless dreams. Each night, you're back at the shrine, the torii gates looming taller, the shadows between the trees moving just out of sight. The whispers start softly, growing louder until they're all you can hear, a cacophony of voices speaking in no language you recognize. You wake up drenched in sweat, your body aching as if you've been running for miles. The doctors can't explain your deteriorating health, suggesting stress, but you know it's more. The last visit to the shrine, you notice something, a small, broken talisman hidden beneath the altar. Was it a warning? A curse? Now, even awake, you hear the whispers, faint but unmistakable, calling you back. The rational part of you screams to stay away, but another, deeper part wonders if returning is the only way to make it stop. The line between dream and reality blurs, and you're not sure which is more terrifying.